Former chief deputy escapes felony charges in a money fraud case that rocked the Pima County Sheriff's Department. This is Christopher Radtke walking into court this morning. A district judge accepted the plea bargain today and sentenced him to probation. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Guy Atchley.
And I'm Stella Inga. Radtke resigned last fall after a grand jury indicted him on conspiracy to commit money laundering and theft charges. To get the plea deal, Radtke admitted the corruption had been going on for 18 years.
His attorney also dropped another bombshell in court today. Not in your sides, Valerie Cavazos joins us now with details.
Attorneys I talked to called it a super sweetheart plea deal. 7 felony counts of misusing $500,000 of seized drug money reduced to 3 misdemeanors. Even the new sheriff didn't want the judge to accept the sentence agreement, calling it a violation of the community's trust in law enforcement. But the judge thought differently. Radtke walked out of federal court, a free man, no prison time. The district judge accepted a plea deal of 3 misdemeanors and sentenced Radtke to 1-year probation, 100 hours of community service, and a $3,000 fine. Radtke can no longer work in law enforcement or in Pima County government. The U.S. attorney in the case explained why he made that plea deal.
Mr. Radtke was the only individual we had enough evidence on to charge in the case. But this has been going on for 18 years now. Multiple police officers, including those in higher leadership positions, but we did not have the evidence against them.
The judge said, though Radtke lacked courage to come forward to expose the corruption, it wasn't enough to impose a harsher penalty. But one of the first whistleblowers, union leader Sergeant Kevin Kibitsky, disagrees, saying the scales of justice tipped the wrong way.
They just saw a law enforcement official commit a felonious crime and get away with it and get a slap on the wrist. What message are we sending as law enforcement when that happens?
And he wasn't afraid to tell the U.S. attorney when he confronted him right outside the courtroom doors. An exchange I witnessed but couldn't capture because cameras are not allowed in the federal building.
I told him that I did not agree with his statements. I thought that he did a poor job in his investigation and in his prosecution of this case.
I differ. I think this case has been highly successful. Before we filed this case, there was corruption at the Pima County Sheriff's Department that is no longer there. He has paid a price for this. He's paid a price that nobody else in the Sheriff's Department has.
This is not something that should be just swept under the rug like this case seems to have taken in federal court. I expect a lot more from the justice system than what we saw here today.
Radtke was given the opportunity to make a statement before the judge, but he declined. Now here's the bombshell dropped by the defense attorney Sean Chapman. He told the judge over the course of 18 years, sheriff's officials knew, as well as the Pima County Attorney's Office. They all knew about the conspiracy to funnel money into the SAV account. The Pima County Attorney's Office has told me that they had no knowledge until the FBI investigation. I reached out to the County Attorney's Office today, and I have yet to hear back. Back to you.
Valerie, thank you. A hacking attack against French presidential candidate Emmanuel Macron just one day before